I'm Babs Gray, and I do not have time for drama, but I do have time to be a bitch.
Barbara Gray, sassy out of the gate. Hey, I'm Brandy Posey, and just let me go to one more fucking concert before we start with aliens, okay? Thank you.
I'm Tess Barker, and I love to wake up early and get a head start on being exhausted.
And this is Lady to Lady.
Can you keep a secret?
Neither can we.
Hello! We got Barbara, Brandy, and of course Big Tess. We got a show for everyone that's the fucking best. Come on, baby. It's time to hang out with your favorite ladies. Ladies and ladies, ladies and ladies.
Oh my God, welcome to the show, you guys. Whatever you think the opening says, it says
like a Rorschach
it's whatever
test.
you want it to be.
Yes.
We have the Mona Lisa of theme songs, Anna and Courtney, and your friend Tess, and your corporate Tess,
And a slut named Tess.
And
a
a
horse
slut
named
named
Tess.
Tess. Those are so all some options we've gotten. If you have a thought on what you thought the theme song used to be, call us. Leave us a
Also,
voicemail.
I'll throw this out there. If you're a musician and you listen to the show and you want to do a cover of the theme song in the version of whatever the hell you think we're saying, we
gosh.
would love to hear it.
That's
Oh my
fun.
God, I would love
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I would love this. All universes, alternate
Absolutely.
universe opening theme songs. That would
Honestly,
be lovely.
if anybody wants to make a theme song for Anna and Courtney's new podcast, I would also like to hear it too. That I would like to know as well.
Please. Oh my God, let's bring in our guest. We're so excited.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Her podcast is called Never Thought I'd Say This, where she talks to special guests about issues that all parents face and giving unfiltered advice. And she's also Stephanie Tanner on Full House and recently Fuller House on Netflix. It's Jodie Sweetin.
Hey! Hi,
Yes.
ladies. Hello. All of the ladies.
You're our
All the
fourth
ladies
lady
in the
today.
house.
We did, someone mistook our theme song and thought that we said that there was two women on the show named Anna and Courtney who we never addressed again. So now we have
Anna
two
and Courtney.
We have two
Yeah.
ghost hosts that apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
Interesting.
We go, Anna, of course, there's Tess. So she thought they were saying Anna, Courtney,
Courtney,
Tess.
Tess. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And we
Yeah.
kicked them off the show, but then we didn't recut the theme song. And that just tells you who our listeners think we
well,
are.
I mean, look, I've heard what happened to Anna and Courtney. It's not pretty. But
It's not
well, let's not bring that up. It's
It's a
touchy
sore subject.
Yeah.
It's a sore
Jodie,
subject.
you,
We know you've been
signed the
talking to them.
release. You signed the release
Exactly.
that you weren't going to talk about Anna and Courtney on the podcast. Jeez.
Fucked up. God damn it. That's, I can't keep a secret. Oh.
Hey.
You fit in well here.
That's why we invited you, Jodie.
Absolutely.
Thank God. I tend to
I
be
have a
loud
question.
and inappropriate elsewhere.
Right? I'm curious. Brandy, you guys, what's going on with aliens? Are they coming back? I'm not aware.
Oh my
Oh.
God, the fucking aliens.
Oh, 60 Minutes had this whole special last night with a bunch of retired
Aliens? No.
No,
Okay.
yes, a bunch of retired aliens. Yeah, no,
They
a
all
bunch
live
of
they live in Boca now.
Yeah,
exactly. A couple of different retired military people that were like, it's not a question of whether or not they exist. They absolutely exist. We have proof of them, but
Right.
it's what they want, and they do have craft that can fly 13,000 miles per hour and all sorts of this crazy stuff. It's a 60-minute segment. This shows you how messed up the world is, though, because we're all just like, we don't have time.
No.
To deal with this.
This all came out actually last year, right?
Yeah, I know that too.
Yeah,
It's just been
that's
slowly.
what I'm saying. All of this was there was video, the Pentagon confirmed it, all this stuff. I said the same thing. It was in the middle of last summer. I was like, wow, what a fucking statement on where we are as a country that
Exactly.
the Pentagon has basically said so ET's kind of a real thing, and everyone's like, yeah. Anyway,
we can't process aliens right now. Try again later. We just don't.
I would love to process aliens right now because
What a joy. What a treat.
what a treat. And please fucking take me. Let's at this point, I think people are volunteering.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think every woman on planet Earth should have first option to go with the aliens. We should get to leave first.
Are you guys a take me, or are you just a I give in? Because I'm an I give in. I've lived a good life. If you need to get rid of me, that's fine.
Oh, Barbara.
I guess
No, I feel
Wow,
fine
that's
okay
dark.
with it.
Suicide by alien, Barbara
Like,
Gray.
yeah,
Jesus.
you know what? How do you want to die by an alien? What?
No, I want
Not
the
how I want
adventure.
to die. I just don't know how much I'm going to fight for what is going on. That's all.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what's the percentage of anal probing is my question. Like, how much
Right.
time is spent on that?
Yeah.
And how much time is like, hey, let's shoot the shit and find out and
Right.
like, you know,
Because
telecommunicate
I
or
actually
whatever.
will be more inclined
Exactly.
depending on the anal probing. So I just
True.
need to
Yes.
find out.
Like,
What
is
You know,
it
look,
just,
it depends on how long it's been, right? I mean, sometimes you're like, fuck it. What else am I doing?
yeah,
a long
maybe it's
quarantine.
the alien's birthday, you know?
Yeah. Well, also, what is alien lube like? You know what I mean? Like, they have these amazing crafts.
That's
like,
true.
what's
It could
happening?
be very different.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
And that they do have very long, spindly fingers, I'm just saying.
Right.
Exactly. We don't really understand
Yeah,
the
that
genitalia,
could
but the
be
fingers are
serious
great.
work done.
balanced
Right.
for our situation. That could be a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it's like
I
Go ahead,
hate
Tess.
missing out on stuff too. I just have such bad FOMO all the time, so I don't want my friends to see the aliens before me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also I want to do something that Elon Musk hasn't been able to yet. So I would like them to take me first.
you think he hasn't? Because I think he's been conversing with them for a while.
I mean, he likes to think that he is, but I don't think that they're
I don't
fucking
know
with him.
what
he's
Elon Musk is doing.
He's probably
Maybe
getting
interesting.
Maybe the child's an alien because they named it that weird
Oh yeah, that
numbered
like
name thing.
binary
Yeah,
So
code.
yeah.
maybe they were like, we're going to name him this because he's an alien and this is his real name, but we're not going to tell anybody. Like maybe
I
that's
could
what
also
happened.
have seen him meeting someone in a chat room and they've been catfishing him as an alien this whole time. And he thinks he's talking.
for sure.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I like the idea of Barbara. You think that like Elon Musk is in chat rooms? He's got
Of
time.
course he is. Are you
I
kidding?
guarantee you he is.
He
Oh, yeah.
totally is.
As
Yeah,
someone
probably,
who's in
actually.
chat rooms, yeah, he's in chat rooms. Come on.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
question.
The
Yeah.
old Lone Wolf Tavern with Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
he's
That
all
sounds
up
like
in there.
Elon Musk really strikes me as a man who's very into Reddit.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Yeah. No, all his crypto homies are all over there doing
Oh my
their
God.
thing.
Yeah, and he's he's just. We
Yeah.
had hope for Elon. We did. We were like,
did.
oh, maybe you're gonna not be a dude. Oh, you're a
Nah,
douchebag.
took a
No,
turn.
no.
Took a turn.
Damn.
Jodie, I have a question actually about chat rooms because you were a famous child star. Were you ever able to like anonymously just like experience the chat room weird internet of like our youth, or were you
I
like
never
not online?
did. I was not online. I was not a chat room sort of person.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, but I mean, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. I mean, I'm trying to think. No, didn't do that. I mean, I definitely spent years of my life downloading things from Napster and LimeWire, but
course.
but not much chat rooming.
The glory
Yeah, I
days.
guess
Oh,
you're
God.
like interacting with humans in real life and probably finding connections that way, not in the way that the rest of us were.
Wow, Babs, are you having a day? Are you okay? I feel like it's just a lot of self-hatred coming through. Do we need
no,
to talk
none of
about
this-
this? Do we need to address it?
None
Or
of this is
just-
hatred. I fully
Okay.
accept that I
You're just like,
was a
I
chat room
was-
kid and that I also
Got
am like
it.
fine to give up if the aliens come. I'm not sad
Okay,
about
got
any of it.
Oh, okay, fucking own it then. Great.
Yeah.
I applaud you.
Barbara just knows her place in the apocalypse, I think is
Yeah,
what it is.
I think it's more that's what when I think like,
I
oh
mean-
shit getting really bad, I think like how much am I going to fight here, you know?
I feel like the rest of us should get to that point, really.
Yeah.
I watch those apocalypse movies and I'm like, why are you guys trying so hard? Like, why?
I'm
You know
sure
what I
my
mean? Like, do you
adrenaline
really
would kick
want it?
in and I would,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah, I guess it's that desire to,
Survive.
live and
that
survive.
whole live
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my depression would just be like, no,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Probably
We're not
depends
doing
on
this.
how long it's been since I remembered to take my medication, and then we'll see.
Well, how are you going to fill it in the apocalypse, really? So that's the thing. Like, where
Oh.
is my depression at? And am I, like, do I still have a supply of my, antidepressant? Or
Exactly.
have I completely gone off the rails and I'm just, like, laying down in the middle of the road at this point?
See, I think I'd become the Immortan Joe of Wellbutrin in the apocalypse. I think that's what happens. I hoard it to myself and I exchange
Right.
it. That's what I
That
get. That's how I
becomes
get my
your-
food and money. Yeah.
Oh, smart. I'm going to
Yeah.
hit you up first, for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. See?
To that point,
go.
yes, I think I would only survive as long as I could have access to caffeine. I think with caffeine, I have a lot of potential. I think once the Starbucks are closed, I can't help anyone. I'm sorry.
Right. So, well, I imagine you have some kind of go bag, or at least Sean does, right?
Yeah.
So, how much caffeine is in this?
So matter of fact.
I would just make sure you've got
actually-
a 30-day supply in there.
You know what? Thank you, Babs, for pointing that out because I don't have caffeine in our go bag, and I'm going to make sure that we do. Thank
You can get like their little packets. You just add to the water and stir.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be
post-apocalyptic nightmare. So
Exactly.
on the go from the world
on the
ending
go
or just in
from
general.
Mad Max. Yes.
Yeah.
See, like in my head, I think I'm like, yeah, I would fucking charge that apocalypse. I love adrenaline. I love like being outside and doing crazy shit. But I'm like the most non-confrontational person. Like I've never been in a physical fight. I don't think I know. I literally don't think I know how to punch. Like every time I try to like fake punch, like I just don't know
it's
how
from
to
your
punch.
hip. It's from your hip.
Yeah. And also, you don't want to go down that. You're kind of going, and I'm punching you in the nipple. Like, that's really, yeah.
So just like a
Yeah. See,
Okay.
I think I'd actually do okay in the apocalypse. I'd be out there like Mad Max. I'd shave my head, and it would just go like, within a
you'd
week,
be like,
I'd be
I'm
full
ready.
on.
I think
Charlize Theron, just ready to fucking roll.
I genuinely think every woman, the second that the apocalypse hit, would be like, "Fuck this, I'm done."
Oh yeah, I'm like, I don't gotta wear makeup anymore. I don't want to do it. I mean, not that I really do anyway, but like, I don't have to do anything now. Fantastic.
I think I
mean,
would
I've got-
put on the smudges
goggles.
immediately. So like that you can
Yeah.
just tell that I'm a badass. Like put the smudges
you
on
go.
the face first.
Just do that, and I mean, I've already got helmets and goggles and vests, go bags, various things. We're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm showing up at your house then. I apologize in advance, but it's happening.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You can come here for that. We'll go hit up Brandy for any medication so that
Yeah.
we're at least stable when we're out there fighting the apocalypse.
at least somewhat
Yeah.
stable. I can offer the company of my dogs.
Great.
You do have great dogs.
Yeah,
It's very true.
And I'm a relatively fast runner, so you guys can put some stuff in my backpack if you need. That's what
And
I
then you
can
can
offer.
just run it.
We'll just catch up. We'll catch up with you later.
You'll be the pack mule. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You volunteered for that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fucking getting out of the apocalypse with upper body strength, if nothing else. So
Right?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm super into it.
Oh man. Okay. So we have to talk about this.
oh my god.
The
Yes.
test.
Test.
Yes.
So
go.
Tess
Jodie,
has
I
something
have
to
to
tell you,
talk to you
Jodie.
about something from when we were both kids.
Okay.
I want to ask you about this. Do you remember the cruise to Mexico?
Oh my God, yeah, the Celebrity Star or the Kit Star Cruise, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it was, with like, yeah.
Yeah, I was on
Were
that
you on
cruise.
it?
Yeah, let me send you. I'm gonna chat you a picture of us.
Oh my God.
So wait. So what was it? I thought it was a Full
Amazing.
House cruise, but it was like a
It
bigger
was-
scope.
It was like
It was just Full House, right? Yeah.
no, it was a bunch of celebrity kids. There was like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Who else? Some of the kids from Step by Step, Full House. It was a lot of like TGIF kids and stuff like that. Like,
Cool.
I'm trying to remember who else was on it. I want to say some of the people from like some of the Disney shows and things like that.
Got it.
But it was fun. It was fun.
How old were you when you went on this? Do you know? A teenager.
That one, I think I was like 9 or 10.
Oh, okay.
And then we did
Yeah.
a few of them over the summer. Not each summer, but we did a few summers in a row. And I think we went to Mexico one year, we did the Caribbean one year, and then we did somewhere else too. So it was fun. It's downloading right now. I'm waiting
Okay.
to see
Oh
it.
my
I don't know
God,
why it's
funny.
taking forever.
But yeah,
It's
my
quick to open.
I'm pretty sure the one that I was on with you. I think it was just you and the other girl, right?
Yes. Oh my God. That's fucking wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so wild. Look at us.
I
Everybody
know.
on that cruise became a podcaster eventually. It was a
Yeah.
fun fact.
Right? Yeah, everyone, it's actually, right. We didn't know,
Yeah.
but it was a future podcasting conference.
It
Oh
was a
my gosh.
curse boat. And do you remember, like, my biggest memory of that? I'm pretty sure it was just you and the other Full House girls on this one. I'm pretty sure it was just you.
Okay, it might have been.
Yeah. And my biggest memory is, like,
Or maybe
we
that's
spent-
just all you gave a shit about. Understand?
Maybe. That's certainly
Very
possible.
true.
Certainly possible.
Probably
But
what
do
it
you
was.
remember, like, that dance routine that we spent, like, the whole cruise learning? I have, like,
Oh,
this-
yes, with all the dudes from Total Entertainment.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
and they
what?
were all like super fucking hot, and we're like, oh, yes, I'll watch you dance. Yeah, oh, right. Just a bunch of like preteen girls and their mothers were like, yeah, we'll watch this dance routine all day. But yes, I do remember that. It was, they were really fun. We did like dances, we did theme nights, we did, all kinds of stuff. I just remember I remember going to like the dance clubs, and like you could go in as long as you were with somebody who was over 18 or something. I don't know, something weird. I don't know if it was weird if they changed the rules, but like I was in there because I just loved to dance. So like me and some of the younger kids, we'd go in there and like hang out in the corner and be, you know, but I guess you could go in. I don't know. It's a fucking cruise. Are there rules? There's no rules.
This picture is in a dance club. This picture is in that dance club.
This picture. Yeah.
I'm going to paint a picture for the listener.
Yeah, let's tell people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys, the listener can't see it. I forgot.
Yeah. Let's take a picture. Yes.
I'm going to say first of all, we both have lovely golden tans.
Mm-hmm. We look good.
And it's very 90s in that we both have our hair pulled like straight back. She's got kind of a wide white, like one of those like stretchy cloth headbands. You know what I mean? That you put over your neck and then you pull up over your head. And then I am wearing some sort of fancy black one, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And our dresses are strangely similar, except yours sort of has a white background and mine has a black background. But they're a muted floral. Well, mine is more of a muted floral. Yours is a little bit brighter yellows and pinks and oranges. But we look as though we could be cousins.
It's crazy. I can't believe how similar the outfits and everything are too.
It's so funny.
I mean, it's
so funny.
It is a snapshot of elementary school in 1992.
Yeah.
I'm also just seeing Tess's nails. They're like red,
Right?
like
She
long.
got painted nails.
Like long painted nails. Also holding a virgin pina colada.
I was really. My dad let me. I got turned on to virgin pina coladas on this trip, and my dad was like, "Yeah, anytime you want one, just put it on the tab." And then he really regretted that when he closed out at the end of the cruise.
Right. It was like 300 fucking virgin. Yeah. I remember going. So, on the cruises where they have like the casinos and you kind of can walk by and there's, slot machines or whatever, but they're within arm's reach.
Yeah.
And so, it's tempting for a group of young people. I think I was a little bit older. It was a cruise or two after this. So I was like 12. And we put some money into one of the slot machines and won like $400. And we were all fucking panicking, right? Because, and this dude walking by just sees it and he's like, "Did you guys win?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool." He fucking does it and like handles the whole thing, collects the money, gives it to the whole, and then comes back and is like, "Here you go." And we were like, "Yo, thank you." Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Whoa, that's
I
amazing.
don't know where that man is these days, but thank you, sir.
What an angel.
You made some middle school children very happy and possible delinquents.
Do you remember what you did with the money?
Oh, I don't know. Probably blew it on virgin pina coladas.
Yeah, throwing dollars at
Round
the
for
total
everybody.
entertainment guys. Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. It was fun. I mean, my parents were there, so it was like a summer vacation / cruise, and there were, the other kids' parents were there too, so it was a bunch of people we knew. And then it was also interesting because each year, like a lot of the same families would come, and like I said, we did these, I think, 4 years in a row. So there were some of the families that we kind of got to know and become friendly with and see them year after year. So it was a great time. I mean, I had fun, even though I was, quote unquote working, and they're like entertaining people. It was easy and fun, and we were just basically playing games and dancing and having fun with other kids our age. It was great.
I didn't know if it was like you know what I mean, because you guys are like the stars, and I don't know if it's just like a weird situation, but I guess it's like families with kids, so that makes it.
It's I think today in like today's weird celebrity culture climate, I feel like it would be weirder because everyone would want to be recording you with their camera.
Oh yeah,
on their
that's
phone.
true.
Totally.
And it makes it really weird now because you realize that you're not having an intimate moment with some fans. You are putting on a production for all of their followers to see, potentially go viral and be shared and reshared. And so, I think back then it was like we just got to kind of have fun. And once we got to know the kids that were on the cruise, like, they were excited to meet us and everything, but that kind of died down after like a couple days. They were still excited, but not like starstruck,
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
That reminds me of, have you watched that Kid 90 documentary?
I haven't watched it yet, but everyone keeps saying like, "Oh my God, you've got to watch it." I know Soleil had been working on it for a long time.
Yeah, it's really great, and it really speaks to that too, because she, I guess, Soleil Moonfry, for those that don't know, she like used to take a camera to like all our parties, but she was like the only person with a camera ever. So she has all this old behind the scene footage, but it's like everyone is just very not aware of a camera. Like people are just being very real. Like no one is like posing for things. So it's just like this very genuine, cool snapshot of like that time.
Yeah, it's interesting because now, everyone's like, "Oh, what are you doing with that camera?" Now it's like everyone just has theirs on now.
Right.
I mean, I
now
think
it's
luckily
like,
we're a little
why aren't you recording this?
right.
Yeah.
Like our
Exactly.
generation is still doesn't do that all the time, but it's like just we're so
I
used to
hate
it.
social media. I really do. I find it. I don't hate it. That's not entirely true. I wish we didn't have to be as attached to it. Because I am more of a person, like, I will go to something and I'll forget to take pictures. I'll forget to record something because I'm, like, in the moment and enjoying it. But I guess, my senility is going to kick in.
Exactly.
Well, I'll even take the pictures or something and then never like share it. I'll just have it on my phone forever and it won't do anything. So it's like, what is this? Who's this here for?
I got to say, I love the people that go to a concert where they could have just watched it on their phone. That like hold it here the whole time and don't look like at the stage, but they're looking at it on their screen. So it's like small and you're like, first of all, are you going to show this to, like, is this, are you going to go home and sit and rewatch this? Are you going to bore the fuck out of your friends with 20 minutes of Blues Traveler concert? You know what I mean? Like, what? Not the Blues. I actually liked Blues Traveler, so, nothing on them, but you know what I mean? And so
Totally.
I just always wonder why people, like, I get like a quick IG video, but
Totally.
Short little
No,
thing.
I think
And,
there should be like
to
a
me-
limit of like 5 minutes total. You can hold up your phone at a concert.
I
Over the course of
actually,
one,
I had that. I would do speaking events. And I said in my, like, rider was basically, I want them to announce, when I was still doing them in person, please announce that for the first, 3 minutes, people are welcome to take pictures, video, etc. Once that time is up, I will, I'll ask people to put their phones away and not record.
Yeah.
Because it just ruins the intimacy of it. When you're looking out at a bunch of screens recording you, you're like, I could just be talking to a screen. Like,
Yeah,
So.
well, and it takes away a level of engagement in the present no matter what. And I mean, I guess to me, I just feel like life is one big concert that I don't feel the need to videotape. Like I'm with you. I'm with you. I just hope that like my dementia doesn't kick in early and I forget everything. That's really my biggest concern right now is because I don't remember things. I'm like, oh God, what if I should have been recording all those concerts? Like, what if I have no recollection of anywhere I've ever been?
Yeah, same. When I look back at my Instagram, I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I took note of this day because I never would have thought about it again, probably.
Right?
So that's where I think it would be, if it was personal documentation, that would be a little bit better. But still, we're just so used to it now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also nice just to remind yourself, like I was looking through for that Full House picture and I was like, oh, as I was going through my photos, I was like, oh, I've had some like cute looks in the past. Like it's good to remind yourself of that.
I mean, there was the headband. I'm just saying you should bring that headband back.
I think they're back. So yeah, good time.
Right. Oh yeah. My kids are like super into, my daughter has like vintage Sublime t-shirts and shit. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Dude.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's not it's not vintage. That's my era.
Yeah. I know. Are we vintage now?
We are.
We're
We're
vintage.
geriatric.
We're vintage. Nirvana. She's like, oh my God, I love Nirvana. I'm like, okay. Because I suck at everything. And so the fact that she's like, Nirvana's so rad. Like, you ever listen to Tupac? Like the All Eyes on Me album? And I'm like, I could sing it for you, right? I mean, I could rap the whole thing for you right now if you'd like. Oh my God, no, don't do that. You're going to ruin it. Like,
That's got to be. I remember when I was like a teenager when I realized that my mom had been a cool teen. Like,
you were
I
a
was
teenager when you realized that?
Yeah,
it took me a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because my mom didn't want me to think she was a cool teen because I was doing too much stupid shit. So she didn't want to be like, back in my day when I was smoking pot and doing that,
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to
Sure.
endorse that behavior. But then I found out at a later date, she told me that, she said, "Oh, honey, I've done things that would make your hair stand on end." And I was like, I fucking hope so, Mom. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't want to know, but I hope you enjoyed it, whatever it was. Yeah.
Honestly, the only reason I knew is because my mom saved her t-shirts for me. So, like, I had a Queen t-shirt and, like, a Led Zeppelin t-shirt and, like, all this shit. And, like, kids at school were so impressed with my t-shirt collection. And I was like, yeah, they're my mom's from when she was young.
That's cool.
So that's always I'm not a parent, but my parenting tip to new mothers is always save your t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. My niece is going to love my old Cherry Poppin' Daddy's t-shirt someday. It's going to be...
Oh, right? I mean, my Mambo number 5 shirt is really...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mambo number 5
with
fedora.
Lou Vega. Well, that's on the back, but it just says, a little bit of Monica and Mambo number 5 on the front.
Yeah.
And then it's just Lou Vega's head with that fedora on the back.
Okay, we have to take a break. We'll be right back, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Lady to Lady. I'm Brandy.
I'm Babs.
I'm Tess.
And we're here with
And I'm
Jodie Sweetin.
Jodie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I just jumped in.
No,
Great.
please. Thank you. It's a beautiful Rorschach test for guests to see if they just sit quietly or if they just get right on in there. Perfect.
I've never sat quietly in my life.
Perfect.
Okay, we're going to do... This will be... So you weren't like a internet chat room person, so you probably didn't have a... Did you have a MySpace?
I think I did. I think when I was like in college, maybe. I don't know though. Facebook came out when I was in college.
Yeah, I feel like MySpace kind of like, obviously. Did you guys know MySpace got usurped by Facebook?
Right.
Okay. Well, we're going to play a
What's
game
Tom
where we ask
doing
you
now? That's
some...
all I wonder about.
What is Tom?
Honestly-
He's just being rich, I think.
No, I follow him on Instagram because what he did, he's the one that he did it right. He sold it for $500 million. And
Right,
then he
and just pieced the fuck out.
Yeah, he just takes pictures and eats really good food all over the world.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
all he
go
does.
Tom.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll take it, Tom.
I love that he like invented the thing that ruined the rest of our lives, and he's just off like enjoying his.
That sounds about right,
Yeah,
actually. That's par for the course.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't right? Thank you, capitalism. No,
Yep. Nope. Yeah, girl, right podcast. You're here for it.
okay, well, yep, there we go.
All right, we're going to play, we're going to ask you some MySpace quiz questions, really in-depth shit. So here's our feed. Whoa, forgot about the slow burn beginning to this.
Oh.
I've got a MySpace. It'll put a smile on your face. Now it's time for a MySpace quiz.
Wow, very exciting. Yeah, so MySpace used to have these quizzes to stupid shit to get to know people better. So we thought, what better way than to get
Oh,
to
yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, Jodie, when
I just
was
want
the-
everyone to know that. Oh, sorry. I was going to
no.
say that all my answers are, all of my security questions. So,
perfect.
just so you know, these are all of my passwords. I'm not going to tell you what order, but, it's
Now
just
we
a
know
those
how to
games,
log
like the
in.
ones on Facebook to get to know you better. Right.
Perfect,
What's your mother's maiden name?
What's
Right.
the last
the
four of your
memories.
social? Okay.
Right.
Jodie, can you do the splits?
Not anymore, but I'm not far off. I might be able to if I was warm enough. Yes.
Are you a yoga person? Are you still dancing?
I do a little bit of both still. I take, a dance class maybe once a week with a friend of mine. Just started getting back into that.
Nice.
I had a really severe ankle injury a couple years ago, so I did not ever think I'd be able to dance again. So it's nice to be able to get out there and do that. And I do some yoga, but I mostly do like weights and I do the Peloton shit. I don't know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I'm one of
got a
those
Peloton.
annoying people.
No,
Except
I
I never. I do
Yeah.
it like. I get excited if I do it 3 days in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, I'm killing myself. Yeah.
Oh, man. No, I love mine. I love, yelling at the instructors on a screen. It's a nice way to, just get into it with people on a one-sided argument. It's really fun.
It's like being in the shower.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Who is the last person you gave the finger to?
Some asshole that cut me off on my way home about 30 minutes ago who just made a fucking right turn in front of me and decided to go literally 19 miles an hour. And even my boyfriend's in the car and he just goes like that. And I'm like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have had a baby in the car. It might have been an old woman. I don't know. But they were driving like an asshole.
Dude, drivers right now are like, the streets are crazy, like crazier than ever.
Well, we're
have,
all feral.
Yeah, everyone's feral. They forgot how to drive in traffic. Like, there's been so many weird road ragey incidents in the last few weeks.
Ordering at a restaurant, dear God, the waiter comes up and I'm like, "Hi, oh God, yeah." Like it gets awkward.
Yeah, I just like stared at a menu. I went to a restaurant last weekend for the first time, obviously in forever, and I was just staring at the menu, just like, a menu again.
Right?
Wow.
Right? Being inside of a restaurant, you're like, oh, it's, you know, you're looking around like it's the Sistine Chapel. My God, look at the ceiling. You know, it's just,
You guys, I was in Palm Springs. I did a girls' weekend this weekend, and we went out to like this restaurant. First of all, it was like in a plaza area. There was live music. There were people playing music.
Yeah.
And it was like the sweetest, most heartwarming thing. It was like a bunch of people hanging out and just like having a night, which made me so happy. And then this like super old guy went into the middle of the crowd and started like dancing, and they circled around him like he was break dancing, and everyone was like cheering for this old guy as he was dancing to the live music, and I was just like, we're back, baby.
right? Yes, exactly. Those moments of hope amidst such a bleak future.
Yeah, exactly. Hold a white knuckle when you can.
It's
Right,
like
yeah,
those
exactly.
those nice old men dancing is like it's the nice thing among all the like, oh, people are driving like shit, and we would have hoped that we came out of this with like, people are going to be nice to each other. No one's going to cut me off in traffic. And then you're like, oh, no. There it is. Okay.
I mean, he did then get into his car that had, you know, a bunch of right-wing, really terrible
Probably.
stickers on it. Right. And he, you know, is an incredible racist. But he was having a really good time right there. So we're going to celebrate that moment.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's a good life lesson. It's best not to know what bumper stickers old people have. It's just best not to know.
It's right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it depends. If he had good rhythm, he probably was all right. But if he didn't, then he was definitely...
Yeah, maybe.
I definitely want to be, you know, if I make it that long, if I haven't been, you know, all those other
Abducted
options.
by aliens?
Yeah,
Aliens
I would
are
like to be the old person. Don't you want to be that old person who shows up at live shows just like, all right, here we go, and just goes
I
for it?
100% will be.
Yeah.
100%. I have no shame anymore. Like at this point in my life, it doesn't matter.
Same.
Which terribly embarrasses my children because I like to sing really loudly and poorly in public or dance, just fucking break out in Target. And they don't love that. So I'm like, just wait till I'm an old lady and I'm like 80 and I can say really whatever I want because who cares?
Oh, absolutely. I remember there was like that weird trend in movies in the 90s where like an old lady would say foul shit. And I was like, but that's like, we're all going to be that eventually. That's not just a cameo anymore.
Right? Yeah, I'm not going to suddenly stop being this fucking person. You know what I mean? I'm not all of a sudden going to be like, oh, well, get out the lace doilies. Here we go. No.
No. Well, I think about this a lot too. Like when we're old, like when I'm old, I'm probably still going to know all the words to like Snoop Dogg's Ain't No Fun. You know, so I'm going to be like an old lady, like, guess who's
Make
back
a
in the
out of a
motherfucking house?
housewife. Like, I will rap. I will fucking get down on some shit, right? OPP, Naughty by Nature. I will sing it. Yes.
100%.
We're all gonna be that character from the old grandma character.
It's
from
going to
those
be
90s movies.
such a fucking rad old people generation. Like, I really do
so.
feel like it's going to be, right? But I do think, I think like when we're sort of where a lot of the boomers are now.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be those really fun old people.
Yeah.
Oh hell,
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I think so. And I will say, I used to teach senior citizens aerobics, and I've always said ever since then, old people are just people who got old.
Yeah. It's true though. Like it's it's the same person that they were at 35 or at 39 that we are.
Exactly.
They just are, my mom says it all the time. She's like, I looked in the mirror and all of a sudden, I don't know who that is looking back at me, but I don't feel any different on the inside.
I know. Have you guys been having the mirror experience? That's something been happening lately, where I look or I see a picture or the mirror, and I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
That me?
Yeah. Yeah. It's It's really fun being a woman in Los Angeles. Very fun. Okay.
Yeah, it's great because none of my, it's only just like every little thing, my career and my self-worth and stuff is tied to it. So it really makes it.
There's always aliens. There's always aliens, Babs. Just keep holding out hope.
Yeah, always aliens, please.
Okay. Jodie, when was the last time something bothered you? Aside from the car.
Aside from the asshole that cut me off?
Yeah.
Last time something bothered... I mean, I have children. That's a pretty,
How old are your kids?
I wake up bothered. 13 and 10, almost 11. 2 girls. So they wake up bothered. I wake up bothered. Everybody's just bothered all the time.
So what's the TikTok in your life? Are they TikTok people?
Jesus
What's
fucking Christ.
going on?
It's constant TikTok. They send me TikToks that I don't give a shit about. They show me TikToks that are like this weird Gen Z humor, and they're cracking up, and I'm just looking at it like,
wait, what is it?
What?
Tell us what Gen Z humor is.
Yeah, what do they think is funny?
if I could put it into, I don't even know. It's like weird fucking whiplash edits and like shaking cameras and loud and like all the, and it's like nonsensical. Like that's it's a lot of kind of weird absurdist humor, which I appreciate.
Of course, yeah.
But it's absurdist in the way where you're like, I don't.
You know where the joke is.
Why is the frog doing that? What? Why did you have to edit that song to it? I don't get it. And they're like, oh my God, because it's hilarious. And you're like, I don't get it.
Okay.
I think they are all funnier than us, unfortunately. But even though I don't understand
They
it.
will be.
Yeah.
I mean, they will be. My kids
Yeah.
are pretty funny. They're thank God. Because otherwise.
Have they told you any of your stuff is cheugy yet? Have they gotten...
Cheugy.
They said that I used that word the other day, and they said that me using that word was cheugy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, I read it to be...
I'm totally fucking cheugy. Like, yeah, I'm just out of it.
Wait,
I'm
no,
like,
what
I
is
don't give a
cheugy?
shit.
It's somebody who's out of touch or it's out of style?
Like, out of style, like, not cool. Like, you think you're you're like 2 seasons behind, or 2 years behind on what's cool. So you're basically like Iowa. You know what I mean? As far as no offense to any of our Iowan friends, but I have family in Iowa. I've seen things. They travel a little slower to the middle of the country, and that's sort of how it feels. Is just.
I mean, I'll 1,000% admit I'm that, because I don't even have. By the time I find something that like fits me correct, that's in style, it's definitely 2 years old. So I'm like, I know leopard prints over. I'm getting into it now. Like. It is what it is.
I wear t-shirts and jeans. That's like it. I wear t-shirts that like usually have some sort of, offensive political statement on them, and hoodies which also have some sort of offensive political statement on them, and Chucks. Like that's really it. And I don't see the need to ever change any of that.
I think that's helpful, because I think that you may feel it's going out of style, but it's going to come back in style every 3 years.
It's just a classic.
It's a white t-shirt and jeans. It's a t-shirt and jeans. Like how I don't give a shit.
It's been around forever.
Well, like, I'm sorry, but I still remember when they tried to tell us this Cheugy-ism sounds a lot like being a Visco girl, which sounded a lot like normcore.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? What's normcore?
Normcore came before being a Visco girl.
Normcore was like aggressively not having a style, like having like your phone
like
and
dad,
like a belt buckle, dad clothes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Right.
That was the original Cheugy for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And like also I think like once they'll have a new word in like a year, because like once like there's an article about it in the New York Times. It's like where I learned about what Cheugy was.
Right. It's
and,
over
like,
by then. Yeah.
Once the New York Times article has happened, then they're like,
they're like, oh, never mind. They know.
Yeah, they're like, Cheugy is now
the
Cheugy.
old people
now we're on to
know.
the next
Change
thing.
it quick. Right.
I forgot about Visco girls. Damn, I totally forgot about that one.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. I have, like I said, 2 preteen teenagers. It's all my life is about. These days.
Is it like a I need this thing to be on? Do they want things associated with Visco girls, or is it more just like assigning people to categories? This is
now being a Visco girl is so not cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
when
it's
it
not cool.
happened, were they trying to?
I mean, that my daughter, and when it was cool, was like the Visco girl, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's like Visco. She was like, ew, gross. No, that's so lame. Like nobody does that anymore. It's like, oh, okay, cool, right. It's not.
It's nice to know that the consistency is that like
That
you
I'm
know,
lame?
we're still we're still lame. It's like
that
okay.
never changes according to my children's. I'm just you're just you know nothing, Mom. You're so not cool. I'm like, I was cool in my day. You know, I was cool in my day. I've had some fun, and they think that it was.
How do they recognize you as like a star and like being like a legendary person? Do they like understand that?
Oh yeah, they totally get it. I mean, they're definitely old enough to get it. I mean, sometimes they're like, it's nice because we get afforded opportunities to do certain things that are pretty cool. And so, that's when it's nice. But sometimes they're like, oh, it's super annoying when we like go out and, people recognize you. Like, I just feel, just because they feel self-conscious. And I get that. I feel self-conscious. I'm like, hi. Like, it feels weird for people to be like, oh my God.
Yeah. Totally.
But no, they're relatively unimpressed. They don't watch the show. They like, I'm just. If I was BoJack Horseman, my older daughter would probably be like, okay, maybe now you're cool. Which is ironic because that show is basically making fun of a family sitcom like what I did. Right. So
yeah, exactly. BoJack is like that's some high level shit for like a 13-year-old too. I mean, that
oh my
show,
God, she loves it.
Man,
she loves that show. Yeah.
See, that's what. Yeah. Of course, I knew kids' sense
She
of
loves
humor are
that.
going to be so
Arrested
advanced.
Development.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I will admit she watches It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's
that show is
like
awesome.
That's a show that we watch together where I'm like, let's just sit on the couch and binge some Always Sunny. And she thinks it's hilarious, which is both a great and a really terrible parenting move on my part.
See,
So,
I feel
because
like
her
your
favorite
daughter
episode
needs.
was Dumpster Baby. She's like, can we watch Dumpster Baby or Kittens Mittens? Kitten Mittens or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna put. If we have any teenage listeners, if you have a parent who watches It's Always Sunny with you, you have a cool parent. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I said.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's what I said. I was like, look,
My
I'm
mom.
exposing you to this amazing comedy.
Exactly.
Danny fucking DeVito.
Oh, you have,
Hello.
girl, you have no idea.
And-
That's one of Tessa's That's Tessa's.
It's fucking life size too. Oh my God.
Exactly.
No.
Tess pulled down the tiny.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, right. It's less than 2 feet tall. Only slightly smaller than Danny himself. No, I fucking love Danny DeVito. The whole cast on that show is absolutely geniusly brilliant, and I have a very dark sense of humor, as do my kids.
Yeah.
So that kind of show, and Arrested Development. Like, I keep threatening that I'm going to find them. Like, one of my friends is going to be like the one-armed man and constantly just teach them really terrible lessons.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. The only TV show my mom ever watched was Touched by an Angel, and that shit was woo.
Not intentionally funny.
Was that Della Reese and
Yeah, and like
the Irish lady?
Yeah,
a little
the
Irish
redhead.
lady. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little,
I think-
little leprechaun. No.
Yeah.
What was it? Yes.
I think her name is Tess on the show. I'm pretty sure the
Oh
angel's
yeah. No,
named
her
Tess.
name is Tess. Her name is Tess on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because every Irish woman is named Tess. That's apparently
Roma
what everyone
Downey.
thinks in the
Roma
script.
Downey.
Roma
Yes.
Downey. That's right. And
Yes.
she's gone on, actually, I think, to do a lot of faith-based stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
your breakout. You're kind of pigeonholed in that. I would.
Well, I think
guess.
she's very religious, so I think
got
she has sort of aimed for that, as far as I understand.
Gotcha.
I don't know why she hasn't called me. What the fuck?
Roma Downey. Let's get her on the pod. We got some questions for Roma
Right?
Downey.
We got some networking
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. My mom liked your show more than anything that I'll ever do. So, how do you feel about that, and how will you and your God make it up to
Right.
me?
I mean,
That's
I'm
my
going to say,
question.
Brandy, I
Right.
think that you should write an episode of Touched by an Angel, and we should read it.
I mean, my episode of Touched by an Angel is all about Jeffrey Epstein, so I don't know.
That's fine. The last
I don't
episode.
know if they want that
Touched
to
by
happen.
an angel. Wow. Yeah.
That is the
I mean,
devil.
that's right.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually.
That was
want-
actually the name of his plane. Was Touched by an Angel.
Yeah. Well, that was when the Lolita Express was in the shop. So
Right. Yes. Exactly. Well, that was just the nickname for it, but it actually said "Touched by an Angel" on the side of
Yeah.
and it just had one. Just
and it had
two
his
fingers.
face.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
see.
fuck! We're still playing this game. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
get
This-
sidetracked really
this
easily
game-
and just go on a
The whole
comedy
point is
tangent.
to get
this is the whole
sidetracked.
point of the
Point is
game.
to get
It's all good.
Okay. Good.
Okay, this is a good one. Is it more common for you to follow your heart or your mind?
Probably my heart. I make really snap decisions. as evidenced by being divorced 3 times. No,
I thought you were going to say by like being on this podcast, and we're like, sorry.
Right, yeah, exactly. I was like, fuck it. No, but I do. Like, I'm willing to jump into anything and be like, you know what, let's try it. And then sort of obsess about it and be anxiety ridden later. I am definitely wound a little tight in the anxiety department.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because I've done so many stupid things in my life that you would think the anxiety would have stopped before I did them. But it somehow doesn't work that way. It's just like, dumb decision. Oh my God. Right.
Can you think of a dumb decision that ended up being a good decision?
My second husband, my older daughter's dad, and we got married after knowing each other 6 weeks on like kind of a semi-dare with a friend of mine. This is why I don't drink anymore, because I wind up married. And we went and did it, and it was just, we didn't know each other. We didn't, he and I are friends now. It's all, 13 years later, it's all kind of water under the bridge at this point. And he and I are friends now, and we can laugh and joke about whatever. But, my parents didn't know I was dating anyone. They found out, like, from my agent. It was a whole thing.
Oh, damn.
And so that was a really dumb decision. But I got my daughter out of it. I got my older daughter out of it. And that's been the best thing. Even though she's a teenager and we are, at war more often than not, I absolutely love and adore her. And she made me mom. So that's definitely one.
Yeah, I feel like I'm similar in the way that I'm like, I'm just going to go for it and then see what happens, because even though like anxiety does come with things, I think that you're going to figure it out and like know that it will happen for a reason. So it's like, all right, let's just go.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
I think a lot about when I went bungee jumping. The guy was like, the guy was like, once you jump, like, don't freak out. Like, because don't try to, like, a lot of people will come and try to, like, grab the bridge behind them.
Right.
And that's going to make you out, like, that's going to get you hurt because your body's going to be flailing.
Your body is, right.
Just aim for the rocks below. The bungee jump is not going to let you hit those rocks, but mentally tell yourself you're going to dive towards those rocks.
Oh, my God.
And that's how I feel about just, like, once you jump, go. Don't try to like cling back and be like regretting your like.
Well, that's jump off the cliff and do it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't bungee jump. My boyfriend has been bungee jumping and skydiving. He's bungee jumped a bunch of times, like all over the world, and then he's gone skydiving, and he's terrified of heights.
Oh wow,
which is
funny.
He's like, I'm not just not going to let my fear stop me from doing something fun. And I'm like, I am. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. So yeah, there's where we differ, right?
Yeah. I've been skydiving too, and I found bungee jumping kind of scarier because
that's what he said too. It would like.
Because it feels real.
Yeah.
Right. He said you feel, and he said the air, like jumping out of a plane, he said it's so, like you're up so high that it's sort of almost surreal. Like it looks like a map, or it looks like just little, like it doesn't, you don't have that sense of like just how far things are. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Still,
whereas like
not doing either one.
I recommend both, but they're also both very idiotic decisions to make.
Right.
My one guy friend that I went with definitely did hit his head on the bridge. Like he bounced back up. They're like, don't worry, due to the law of physics, you won't actually hit it back. And I watched that motherfucker hit his head on a bridge. I mean, we were wearing helmets. He was okay.
Right.
But
but still,
this is why I like.
And she's like, but I still recommend it. It's great. You might
just do it. No big deal.
Get fucking concussed or like you decapitated, but it's so rad.
Did he piss himself? I feel like I would have just been like, every body function out. I almost died.
Yeah,
he was fine.
Oh man.
I mean, this is why I like my idiotic decisions like on the fly. I'm not going in a plane.
I'm not want to plan this. No, like just.
Yeah, happen, in the next hour or so.
Yeah, that's not
right. It's more like, okay, are we going to the front line of this Yeah, fuck it, do it, like that kind of stuff. But then, not like, okay, on this date, we're going to go and do something really scary.
I think that's a great rule of thumb. If you have to make a reservation or sign a waiver, maybe no.
I don't mind signing waivers, though, because I've done some of those, like, really gnarly haunted houses where you have to sign waivers because they, like, touch you and grab you and throw you in boxes and do stuff. And that I don't mind. That kind of adrenaline, like, I don't mind.
I'd be worse I'd rather go skydiving that shit. I don't want to be
scared.
scared.
I'm like, scare me Yeah, and I remember I went to this thing. It was called Blackout. You had to go through by yourself in the dark.
No.
It was gnarly.
Ooh,
All kinds of
yeah.
stuff. Like, yeah, you get thrown in like basically a coffin-sized box and left there for an unknown amount of time. Like, you have to dig through some old toilet in a warehouse downtown to like find a key to get out of a room. It's some gnarly shit. They have you stand in like freezing cold water. You're like in this freezing cold shower waiting for someone to come get you, and then you have to crawl through this like tunnel of mud to get to the it's wild.
I love it.
love that shit. Right. And I got to the end and I was like, I mean, they could have gone further. But
I mean, I'm into the obstacle course version of this, just not the being scared. I'll crawl through mud.
Do you feel like after one of those haunted houses, because I feel like after bungee jumping or skydiving, like one thing I like about it is like the chemical high. Like I like that
The
feeling
adrenaline
of
rush.
yeah. Like, do you have that after a haunted house?
after one like that, yeah. Because, I mean,
for
it's
sure.
not even, like, I love going to, Halloween's my favorite holiday. I love going to Universal. I'm so excited that it looks like we might be able to go,
Yay.
hopefully do Halloween Horror Nights this year, because I plan a big thing with, like, 15 people every year, and we do it and do dinner and all that. But I get it a little bit from certain haunted houses. I mean, when they're chasing you with the chainsaws and stuff, it's just more the noise. I startle easily, but I don't get scared easily, if that makes sense. Like, I'm jumpy, but my tolerance for, like, sort of scary, fucked up stuff is pretty high.
I remember I was 10 on a haunted hayride, and I punched a werewolf that ran up behind me. So I'm actually scared for them whenever I do these things.
Well, at the blackout thing, I took someone with me who was like, I'm going to fucking hit somebody. Like, you know, he was East Coast, doesn't fuck around. And I was like, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. Oh my God. So I went in first, and I come out and I'm waiting for him. And it's a 45-minute experience. He comes out like 18 minutes in. And I'm like, and he just has this look on his face, and like someone's walking him out, and he's like holding his head, and I'm like, oh my God. So apparently at one point where they like kind of grab you and like put you into this room, he somehow tripped, or the dude tripped or something, and he went flying into the wall, hit his fucking head, but got up and turned around to like just launch on somebody. And they were like, oh my God, we're sorry. Needless to say, the moment was ruined, and they were like, yeah, we're going to let you go. But I think he was, like, concussed for sure. I was like, don't go to sleep. Like, you need to stay up for a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, I'm never going anywhere with you guys. I'm scared.
Oh, God. You would not, you're not the first person to say that. Right. Or, I'm never going anywhere with you again is an often said statement.
Right. Now I know too much.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we have to take another quick break. We'll be back in a sec, y'all.
BRB.
Hey, everybody, we're back on Lady to Lady. I'm Babs.
I'm Brandy.
I'm Tess.
And I'm Jodie.
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 Yeah.
Is Jodie short for something?
No,
cool.
that is it. It's not Jodidiah or, anything. It's just Jodie.
I like it.
Thank you.
As a Brandy, my real name is Brandis. So my parents made up a weird name. So I was always like, is Jodie like a thing that your parents
Jodis?
Yeah, Jodis.
No, it is not.
Jodie.
No.
Your real name is Jodie Sweetin.
It is, and when the band came in, like, it just got a little, it was a little
copyright
awkward.
issues.
So, right, it was just people were getting me confused with them. So I, was like, what, let me make this really clear and be just Jodie.
Totally.
All right, well, I know you give advice on your podcast, and we do too, so we're going to do it. We have some lady problems. If you have one, you can send us a voicemail at 323-6but30, or you can email us at ladytoladycomedy@gmail.com. Let's do the theme song.
Lady problems. Lady problems. Lady problems. Do you have them? Lady problems. Do you have them? People have them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, where is the first one? Oh, I keep looking at the wrong things. Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, ladies. Kind of newish listener, but been here for a little bit and love your show. Just thought I'd call and see if you could help me out with something. I'm currently hiding from my children upstairs because it's spring break and they are everywhere, so that's why I'm kind of talking low. So anyways, I have an in-law issue. My husband comes from a kind of conservative family. We've been together for forever, 18 years now, and so I'm kind of used to them. I know our beliefs don't really fall in line. My husband and I are totally in sync. They're really conservative, but he's told me if you were like my family, I wouldn't have married you, which is comforting and all, but we still have to get together at Christmas and Easter, and they tend to bring up weird conservative commentary, and I've just adopted the ficus in the room mentality, where I just back into a corner and I stand very still and pretend that I don't hear what they're saying. But which is fine and all, but we have 3 kids now, and I worry about my family's opinions about certain things coming out in front of my kids. In the past, these have been an issue because my mother-in-law was once watching our kids, and they brought out the Hillary Clinton book that one of my friends gifted them after Donald Trump's famous win in 2016, and she told them she would not read it to them because Hillary Clinton thinks it's okay to kill babies when they're in their mother's stomach. So also just to let you know, my daughter was 6. My younger daughter was 4 when this was said to them. So, we found out about it a couple weeks later through my kids, and it was just kind of horrific, obviously. My husband tried to talk to her about it. She's completely avoided it. And so because we never had closure with things like that, it leads me to believe that she's okay with just saying things like that to my children. So, but it's my mother-in-law, it's not my mother. So it's my mother. I was raised by an attorney, so I would just scream at her face. She would be redirect and scream back at my face, and then we get over it. But since it's my mother-in-law and she's very weird about all this stuff, I don't know how to handle it. I obviously want my kids to have a good relationship with their grandmother, so I don't want to badmouth her. But I also just want to know how to address it if something is said in front of me or in front of the kids, and be hey, maybe you don't do that. So, yeah. Can't really adopt the ficus mentality when it's my kids. So I don't know. Hopefully you can help me out. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Say the ficus mentality sounds like a children's book for dealing with.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. How to be a ficus. Right.
Yeah. Oof, man, this shit's so hard. 'Cause it's your family that you don't.
Yeah, like she said, it's if it's your mom, she knows how to confront her mom about stuff, but your mother-in-law is a whole other.
I would just passively aggressively wear, again, like I said, offensive political T-shirts.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm also not the right person to ask this question because I am loud about about my beliefs. So, and I raised 2 little girls who are as well, who have told people to go fuck themselves on the internet for, saying some pretty trashy ideas to them. So, yeah. It's hard, though, man. Well, I guess it depends on how much of a confrontation is your husband willing to handle,
Right. It does feel like a lot is kind of in his court in a way because it is his parents. And I will say
it's
that,
his parents, right?
You guys have, number one, you're married to their son, and then you also have their grandkids. You guys are in the power position in this relationship. You're not going to change... You're probably not going to change their beliefs. They're going to be set in that. But I think if you're you cannot say this stuff or you will not see these people. They might resent you for it, but it's also which it's better than your kids being indoctrinated with a bunch of horrible shit or
then you get out of family holidays. I mean, it's a win-win, really.
That is true. That's the thing is I'm sure you're kind of you feel obviously you owe them, time with your kids and stuff, but that's not true. I mean, if they're gonna do that kind of stuff around them, then
yeah.
Well, and I think, look at it this way. It's not and I think that she understands this. It's not just a varying opinions thing. It's not I think this thing and they think the other. They're saying things to your kids that could potentially be traumatic. Yeah. So deal with it with that level of anger and protectiveness. You don't fuck that. You know what I mean? I think be very direct.
What the fuck are you saying to my kids? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see my kids, leave your crazy at the door. But as we know, like she said, she's into some pretty crazy conservative beliefs. So I think we can all assume where that's going.
Cute.
You know.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. And
Yeah, she's pretty far down the rabbit hole of...
down the rabbit hole,
yeah.
right. So, like, at some point you just have to be like, yeah, nah, we're not.
Yeah.
Like, but, if she doesn't do it all the time, it becomes hard. Like, she's not always crazy, but, like, her baseline is potentially a little nutty. Mm-hmm. But I think it depends on her husband. I think her husband's going to really have to chime in on this, and she's going to have to ask him, like, how this is really bothering me. I need to say something. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't go well, how much of a confrontation are you willing to back me on this, or are you going to feel put in the middle and you're going to like kind of back out? We need to talk about this first, because if they go into it as allies and they're kind of an unbreakable team, it works out a lot better. But if she goes in and he's kind of like, wait, let's just stop fighting, and sides with mom just to make her happy, which we all do as kids. We fall back into that, like, just make mom happy and shut up, So I think she needs to figure that out, because if she's got a strong ally and a strong teammate, that's going to make all the difference.
Yeah, I think you guys definitely need to be on the same page about what you're willing and not willing to put up with. And I'd also say, like, do they watch your kids? Like, how much like alone time are they getting with these children? Are they always being supervised by somebody? Like, maybe it's a thing where she doesn't see him unless like one of you guys are around. Like, I don't know if they're taking from the weekends or like what's really going on here.
Maybe you need to get one of those pet feeders with a camera that like, and then you get alerted whenever
or
she's saying some stupid shit. Yeah,
one of those like nanny cam things.
And then like it shoots, it shoots dog treats, but maybe you could kind of like spray water at her whenever she's saying some stupid shit.
Well, I was
like
thinking,
a cat.
Yeah.
Get both of your kids spray guns, and every time their grandmother says some bigoted shit, they go no. Like spray their grandmother, and guess what? She either won't want to see them or she'll shut the fuck up.
But I mean,
very true.
Her kid's 6.
I think I would treat this exactly the same way I would treat any other like troubling behavior, just because it's like I don't think it's just like I mean, in the same way that like you probably wouldn't be okay with your mother-in-law giving your kids booze. Yeah. And if she did that, you wouldn't let her hang out with them. Mm-hmm. I would be like very clear, like, you're not going to talk about this in front of my kids. Again, I agree totally. You need to get the husband on board, but like, you're not going to. If I hear about it again, you're not going to see them.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know exactly what if she's talking about like eating babies and shit, then she's on that, like, she might be in that, like,
she's on that
QAnon
wild
world.
QAnon shit.
Then, I mean, honestly, there are so many support groups for people that are going through this, unfortunately, this exact same shit right now.
Yeah.
With family members that, I mean, we're in an interesting space with all of that right now, where it's like the indoctrination can be breaking because there isn't really a figurehead quite as much anymore. But like, I would say try to look at these groups and educate yourself, and like try to find support from people that are also going through this to see like what they're doing to break that indoctrination, to like draw those boundaries and things like that.
It sounds like
it's boundaries.
It sounds like well, the mom talked about killing babies in their mother's stomach, not eating them.
Not eating babies,
never mind.
right? Very
so she's
different.
only on.
There's eating babies in the cabal, and then there's also the endorsement of reproductive rights. I mean, killing children. So we have to differentiate between those two.
Oh, this is old
because they're obviously the same.
Right.
And yes. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, it doesn't change that much. I just don't know how far she is down the Q hole. I don't think it's going to change, a ton.
Maybe the kids go over next time wearing T-shirts that say "I stand with Planned Parenthood."
Yes.
Yeah.
Make a large donation to Planned Parenthood in her name, and that's her gift for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of petty I got all the fucking time for.
I know.
All of it.
Well,
the guy that runs Quentin Quarantino, I don't know if you guys ever see him on Twitter and Instagram, but the team that runs that, and he raised, I forget how many hundreds, I think over $1 million for, I want to say Planned Parenthood in Rush Limbaugh's name. Donated over $1 million. Yeah, it was like a viral fundraiser. It was great. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. I used to tell my dad I was like, I would come over and visit, and my dad wasn't he's an 86-year-old man from Oklahoma. Take with that what you will.
Yeah.
he's grown a lot over the years. But anyway, I used to just joke with him and be like, okay, hey, bye, Dad. I'll see you later. You know, I'm going to my Antifa meeting. I'm bringing cookies this week. Or my friends and I would, we went to a couple protests in Orange County, and we would go to my parents' house afterwards. And my mom was like, hi, guys, where'd you go? What protest were you at? And my dad's just, standing there silently, and it's all this, fucking... Yeah. Anti-capitalist, crazy, shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Dad, these are my Antifa friends. He's like, oh my God. Yeah.
But it's also
just freak them out with it,
Totally. Well, also, and it's so important for those people to see the face of no, these are the people that are Antifa. It's it's your fucking daughter.
Right, yeah. I was like, guess what? I'm running for president, Dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. This shit's hard with your, but I think Tess is exactly right. It's it's with your treat it like anything else that is hard. Yeah, they can't poison your kids, and this is mental poison. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it sucks because unfortunately, the reality is that these people are in the world, so you have to prepare them for it in some way. But when it's your own fucking family in there saying shit to them, you have control over what's getting in there.
I mean, or next time send a book with them that's how to help your QAnon addicted family, and just pull that out, and it's have her read that to your kids. Just sending passive aggressive books.
Just cut out her face and paste them in there, and then
yeah, right.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think also just be every time that they come home, make sure, I think you're probably doing this already, but every time if they do come home with more of this kind of thing, make sure that you are educating them on what your beliefs are on this. And maybe it's time to be having more God, they're so young. So it's
they're little though.
They're so young.
I think they're not that young though, because she said they were 6 and 4 when she said that, but she said, but they were 6 and 4 at the time.
Oh,
so I think that was a couple years ago. Yeah. It was around 2016. Right. It was around 2016. So they're 10 and 8 now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot.
Or maybe a little old, 11 and 9. Yeah, they're a little bit older. Definitely can handle some more in-depth conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Get some spray guns. Be like, well, it seems like you probably like guns, so now let my daughters have super soakers, and shut the fuck up, or else they'll use them.
Right, and they're full of cat pee. What?
Exactly. Yeah, cat piss super soaker.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Solved it. Another one solved, everyone. Good job.
That's it. There we go.
Nailed it.
This is a shorty we'll do for our last one.
Hey, ladies. I was just calling in because I heard you guys just talking about themed life events, themed birthday parties and whatnot. And a cousin of mine recently posted pictures on Instagram of her daughter's 7th, I believe, birthday party, or 7th or 8th birthday party or something. The theme was TikTok. Honestly, I don't really know quite how to feel about it. My first gut reaction is just kind of sadness to think that, this is all kids know these days. And, I don't have kids yet, but gosh, I hope that the world looks a little different when, my kids get to that age. Gosh. Anyway, thanks for the laugh, ladies.
I guess it'll just be holograms. It'll be the same thing, but kids will be into 3D.
It'll just be Robert Kardashian holograms at everyone's.
That's the only one we get though. That's
it.
Only
Just
Robert
that
Kardashian.
one, right? Yeah. And every time you use it, Kris Jenner gets a cut.
Oh, of course. So she's definitely set that up somehow. Genius.
Also, Ari, the Robert Kardashian hologram, did we not all have that moment when the divorce was announced? Did we not all think back to the hologram?
I definitely thought of the hologram. I think that Kanye was holding the hologram to give him a pep talk, and he's just going into the closet and getting pep talks from Robert Kardashian during his divorce proceedings.
For sure. He's right. What do I do now? Yeah, it's this weird little talisman that he carries everywhere with him. It's just a strange Robert Kardashian hologram.
I disowned her. You're my son now.
You're the most son.
Most. Yes.
Oh my God. I don't know. A 7-year-old having a TikTok themed birthday party.
My daughter had an emoji-themed birthday party when she was 9. We did it at Knott's, and she was obsessed with the poop emoji. Like, obsessed with it. Thought it was fucking hilarious. Loved the poop emoji. Thought it was great. And she wanted, we did poop emoji cupcakes. I'm not even kidding you.
That's awesome.
When I
love
asked
that.
for them at the bakery, they were like, I was like, I know, she's 9. It's a thing. Just do it.
So how far did the poop thing go?
Well, it was just those were just like some of the cupcakes, but then I had like a little like tiered cake for her that had different emojis on it. Then it was actually at Knott's Berry Farm. I took a bunch of kids on a little party bus and we went to Knott's.
Nice.
And I was in a wheelchair, by the way, at that time. One of those little motorized scooters because I'd had my ankle accident. I couldn't walk. So that was fun. I was like a little old lady on a rascal driving through.
Were you just with like 20 little like 9-year-olds behind you, just like in
Basically,
a little parade
yeah.
through the park?
And
Perfect.
I became the just here, hold this. Like I'd go on. I was like a fucking coat rack, just of things. But yeah, she had that. I mean, it was just the poop emoji cupcakes, and then she had like the little emoji cake. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at that time there was like you could buy the plates and the thing, and you go to Party City or whatever the hell it is. And I mean, you can find it. I don't know.
I don't know what a TikTok themed birthday party would look like, but I mean,
it's I don't know, the symbol, like you make little TikToks.
You can take a picture and like a fake
Yeah.
cutout.
Yeah,
thing.
I can make some cute ones.
I was throwing a TikTok birthday. Yeah, I would set up a few different like areas, like a few different staged areas where you could do your dances.
You right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because the algorithm is going to show a 9-year-old or whatever something very different from what, or a 7-year-old something very different from what like we're seeing on TikTok too. So it's like they're seeing a lot of like fun dances and stuff like that. So it's like they're not seeing just like like big old ass booty or whatever. Like
see,
you think?
I'm not
I
on
don't know.
TikTok. I don't have TikTok.
Oh, gotcha.
I actually don't have TikTok.
I mean, I have
but
it,
I did
but
say,
I don't, use it.
yeah, I don't have it. I had it only to stalk my older child, and my handle was just Mom Knows. That was it. Because
Perfect.
and I did it originally because I had told her she couldn't get TikTok, and then she got TikTok, and so I created that account and followed her. And just waited for her to notice, and she fucking flipped out. She was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, Mom knows."
How do you monitor like a 13-year-old with a phone? How does that work?
Put in, I mean, you basically put in all the stop gaps that you can, and then light some incense and pray to the gods. There's really no. I mean, how do you control a 13-year-old? They're dumb. They do dumb things. That's literally their entire job is like, what stupid thing can I possibly do that Mom would have never thought about doing?
Of course. Yeah.
Which that list is very short, luckily. But I do my best and I monitor and I pay attention. She follows a lot of political stuff on there too, though. Like my older one in particular, and my younger, they're very active in sort of youth activism. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of their stuff,
awesome.
and then
I
just
feel
stupid
like-
dances and things.
Yeah, kids are a lot more like informed than I was when I was growing up because it's just a lot smaller viewpoint.
Informed and terribly misinformed, all in one fell swoop. You know what I mean? It's like, here's all of the information, and you're only going to pay attention to the stupid shit.
Well, also,
Great
I
ad
love,
for the internet.
everyone's like, oh, TikTok is so stupid. Like, I didn't torture my parents with my Beavis and Butthead impression for 2 years straight.
Of course, yeah. It's just a different kind of dumb.
Yeah, right. It's a different and I have to keep reminding myself of that, like, and it's hard because you all of a sudden go, oh, God, I am that old person.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're
I'm
doing
the
the
old
thing.
person that thinks it's fucking lame, like, to have a TikTok-themed birthday. My day, we'd have, again, like...
Yeah.
Because it does feel lame and stupid and like, worshiping a fucking app on a phone that's, made by people chained to desks in a foreign country. Like, it feels a little,
Totally.
icky.
But at the same
time, we all loved, I know Madonna was big, I listened to like hip hop and stuff like that, but I remember, Madonna was big and like these, and it was all corporate bullshit, as much as it was like, I'm being me, like, yeah, you're being me because you're selling a shit ton of albums and
Oh,
making money
we all
off of you, and that's
attach
what you want to be.
ourselves to certain things that were probably marketed to us.
Exactly.
Like, I remember I used to have like SNL birthday parties like most years, and
Most years.
That's
Most years?
like as a
What did
child.
those look like? Wait, I wonder
You
what
had it.
happened.
Wait.
Wait,
Yeah, how did you fail to mention that? Like, oh yeah, I had SNL birthday parties. We were talking about TikTok birthday parties,
wanna know what
emoji,
happened
and you're
at
like, oh
them.
yeah, every year I had a Saturday Night Live theme thing. My mom would write out cue cards. I'd do a whole thing.
I was waiting for my in to get it in there. No, I had like multiple ones where like I used to like collect like costumes and stuff, and my friends would come over and we just like make up weird sketches, or we'd like all get dressed up in weird things for like the pizza guy or whatever. It would just have like characters that we played. We were really annoying. Like we're just like annoying kids, but it's like
Yeah,
SNL
we're all
was
just
the
finding
thing.
a different way to be annoying, basically.
Yeah, that's all it is like finding different ways for you to be annoying. And it's like kids now watch TikTok the way that like I watched SNL and Seinfeld back in the day. It's just like a different
Right.
Yeah.
It was how we watched like MTV. We'd come home and fucking glue ourselves to MTV or whatever, and like that was what we watched and what we did, and everything that we thought was cool was from there.
Yeah.
It's just now it's in the palm of their hand and they can do it all the time.
Totally, yeah. I remember my favorite one. We were the Old Spice Girls. Get it? Old Spice Girls.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
clever.
And we stuffed pillows in our bras so we had big saggy tits. And we like would order a pizza and be like, tell me what you want. Tell me what tip you really want. What you really, really want. To like the pizza man and stuff. We're horrifying.
Right. Yeah.
Guess what?
So
no
I-
video of it though because phones didn't exist.
Right. I didn't
Right.
realize you were making up original sketches. They weren't regurgitated.
No,
I was
original
picturing
sketches.
like
Only
Adam
original
Sandler.
material. Brandy
Okay.
only works in original material. She is she is not a comedy thief.
No. I mean, I've been
No.
a comedy genius since day one, baby.
I definitely have old videos of my sister doing church lady and stuff like that with her friends, and some pretty fun, like,
Yeah.
weekend update.
Yeah, I think it's just it's because it's so vastly different and virtual.
Yeah.
Whereas all of our experiences and we're the generation of that weird in between, right? Where we had like analog and digital. We had an analog childhood, so for us we're like that's what childhood is.
Yeah.
Right.
That it has to be detached from phone and out riding bikes and doing all stuff, and it's the landscape of what it looks like now is just so different that
Yeah.
they're sort of doing the same annoying social things, but it's turned up a couple levels and constant.
I also feel like RE TikTok. I don't have TikTok either, but it's like seems pretty creative. Like they're
It is.
making up dances and they're creating shit. Like
They're doing dances, they're having fun, they're being silly, they're editing videos. I mean, the stuff that they're doing those are the skills of today, right? Like how to, edit a video and add sounds and do this and I don't know how to do any of that shit, which is why I don't like it. Because I'm like, it's it's confusing.
I just wonder if like film schools are going to exist in like 10 years because all these kids are like, I'm 8 years old and I'm like editing. I know what my lighting is. I have my 3-point lighting. I have a boom mic. I'm like,
Yeah, but
a
film
content
schools
creator.
are fucking stupid, so I feel like we're okay.
Fair.
I feel like those are fucking
Wait, I
someone
have
over.
student loan debt that agrees with you. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. My film
My student
studies
loan
degree.
debt says salute.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I think that the realization I can definitely come to is that I'm scared of it because it's new and it makes me feel old. And that's the reality that we're...
Yep.
Barbara, you're not old. You're cheugy. That's what
and
it is.
frankly, I feel the same way about Bitcoin.
Visco
and
girls.
We're all Visco girls. We all have water
Or whatever.
bottles.
I mean, look I have my water bottle with my stickers on it.
Ooh.
What's that dick sticker?
The dick sticker is my friend who goes by @SidewalkDick. Says, "Don't be a dick. Stand up for justice."
Love it.
Nice.
And then
That's
the one
awesome.
above it is not a Blue Lives Matter sticker, but
I
it
didn't
is
think so.
No, but it looks like it until you get up and read it up close, and it says, "The thin blue line represents 40% of the force who are domestic abusers. Black lives matter. Blue lives do not exist. Career is not a color. Sidewalk dick." So, yeah. And then this one just says, "Fuck off with that shit." And it's from Effin' Birds, which is a fabulous website. They also have a book. Aaron Reynolds did it. I wrote one of the little blurbs in the back of it because I've loved his account for years, and it's hilarious. It's beautiful Audubon pictures of birds with various foul language, what the fuck is going on sort of things
See, this
attached
is
to
a
it.
good...
I love it.
Unlike the bumper stickers, I like this representation of who you are. So
Yeah,
I feel like
no,
these-
all my water bottles have like stickers of I definitely
Same.
am not shy about who I am. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I wouldn't blend in certain places. Let's say that.
100%.
like at that woman's in-laws house. I
Maybe
wouldn't,
they just need you call. Yeah, they'll just call you up next time, and you can give mom a piece of.
I have
Oh,
Jodie
yeah,
Sweetin
yeah,
here to
for
talk
sure.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I brought Jodie Sweetin has come to offend you in your own home. Yeah, and then I just go off.
That's a good cameo service. You should offer specifically that.
Ooh, yeah, I should do that. I should do that.
Amazing.
Well, Jodie, thank you so much for doing the show with us. It was awesome to hang out with you.
Absolutely. My pleasure. I hope I, took us sidetracked and off the wheels as much as
Perfect.
possible.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what we
wanted.
want. So, yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
So tell everyone where they can find your podcast and any of your socials, stuff like that.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Jodie Sweetin. You can also find me on Facebook, which is at official Jodie Sweetin. My podcast is Never Thought I'd Say This. If you are a parent and you think parenting is as fucked up and crazy as my best friend Celia Behar and I do, then you'll like our podcast. Also, if you're not offended by the F word, I suggest you tune in. And you can follow us online on Instagram at Never Thought I'd Say This. Twitter is at Never Thought I'd, because the other one was taken.
Fair.
Or sometimes you can't just get it up. Ours is like we can't fit in all the letters, so
Yeah.
it's going to be
Right.
something.
Yeah, and Just Lady to Lady on Twitter, I think, is like a Korean skincare company from 2003 that has never
Give
tweeted
it to
since
us.
then. So,
Right, that was when Never Thought I'd Say This. Like, the person doesn't do anything with it anymore. So Celia was stalking them for a while and being like, give us the name, give us the name, give us your account, give us your account. And apparently they just aren't active on there anymore because they never responded. And I don't know why. We were only threatening them. So it was really strange that we never heard back.
Someday we'll get our due names.
Right?
damn straight.
In the apocalypse, when everything,
God.
when the magical reset button is pushed, then we can finally
That's
get the
my
fucking
first
Twitter names that we
priority.
want.
We're going to get antidepressants
As
and
it should
handles
be,
for
right.
everyone. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Totally.
Well, thanks so much, you guys. We'll see y'all next week.
See you guys
Bye,
next
y'all.
week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
3, 2, 3, 6 but 30.
It's 6'30" somewhere.
Hey, I just wanted to call and shout out the day job. This is in response to the gal who had like a really deep and perceptive question about like quitting her quote unquote day job to work full time as a wedding florist, which you guys have talked about a couple times since she called. I have lived a day job / night job life for a long time, and I love having both. I think it's okay. I feel like there's this big myth that you have to have the one career that like satisfies you in every way. But I love it that I can say fuck you to either job and have something else to fall back on. For me, I was a research scientist working in a laboratory at an unnamed major Western university. And at the same time at night, I was a circus performer and I ran a circus school. And it was hectic and crazy. And it really came to a head when I was performing one night at an illegal rave. And a guy who was running the event said, he found out I was like also a scientist, and he was like, "Oh, is that what you really want to do?" Like I was doing this job to pay for that, and I was like, "No, this is what I really want to do. I'm a scientist on the side." It doesn't matter. I think that diversifying is something that is actually quite wise, and side hustles are brilliant, and it always gives you the card to have an out. I quit both of those jobs in my late 30s when I got injured and tired. And now I'm doing something totally else. I just encourage you to don't feel that it's only legitimate if you make it your main income. You can be brilliant at something and still want it contained as a side hustle so that you have security in something else. And I think it's totally legit.
Hello, ladies. Hello. I just listened to your episode with Danielle and Millie, and you guys were doing the Inside the Actors Studio favorite word moment, and there was a situation with the word balls, and if I recall correctly, Gwyneth Paltrow's Inside the Actors Studio favorite word moment was indeed balls. So there's that. Okay, bye.
Hi, ladies. I just had to say, when you guys started talking about truck nuts, I almost lost my shit because I had a recovered memory. Now, keep in mind, I'm a scientist, so I was at work trying to be all serious, doing my science stuff, and I'm listening to this, and I started freaking out because I had this recovered memory that when I was a kid, I must have been in like the second grade or something, I saw truck nuts on my way to school with my dad, and I asked, what is that? And my dad explained, and I was baffled for a very long time, maybe years maybe, because it was so confusing to me. I didn't have big brothers or anything. I did not know what man parts are supposed to look like. And it was really confusing because it was only the nuts, right? So I'm like, I don't understand about the other bits and where does that go on the human body? It was all very confusing, and it made me laugh and kind of derailed my work for a few minutes even because I was laughing so hard thinking about how maybe people shouldn't do the truck nuts because then dads have to explain to their second grade girls what they are on the way to school. I don't know, but I love your podcast. It gets me through long days. So thanks so much. Bye.